Hello and Happy New Year. Hard to believe we're nearing the end of January already. Wow, time is flying. Thought I would provide an organizational update to you, our amazing advisors. My goal is to send you more updates throughout the year so you are in the loop about what is going on at America in Bloom. I'm going to start with talking about our programs. We have several programs, and each needs volunteers like you to make them successful. We are grateful for all you do to support the organization and our programs. Last year, we launched a new way of promoting our programs and encouraging communities to get involved. We developed a three-tiered approach that allowed communities to participate at a level that suits their interest. The goal was to get more communities involved in the entry-level programs and encourage them to level up to a higher level. And we really wanted these levels to be as easy as ABC. Level 1 is a $99 self-assessment program, super easy to complete, minimal effort. We've had a handful of communities who do the Level 1 program, but not nearly as many as we had initially expected when we created this level. Level 2 is what used to be called the Growing Vibrant Communities program. This is a more robust self-assessment program that includes a 1-hour phone or Zoom meeting with an advisor to review their self-assessment and provide some recommendations. It's a $299 investment. We have had a handful of communities participate in that, and one community has already moved from Level 2 up to Level 3, which is what we wanted to see. Level 3, formerly called the National Awards Program, is our signature program. This is the one that you as advisors are closely involved in. Here's a map of AIB communities over the past 23 years. It's sort of neat to see it plotted on a map. Would love to get communities from all 50 states involved. How cool would it be to send advisors to Alaska and Hawaii at some point? A couple years ago, Tavares, Florida, a longtime AIB participant, approached us about forming a chapter there. So we launched a pilot project a couple years ago to bring communities in Lake County, Florida together multiple times a year to share ideas, discuss collaborative opportunities, and just really learn and network with each other. And of course, we wanted to get more Lake County communities involved in American Bloom through this process. So we have half a dozen or so communities now from Lake County involved in America in Bloom. We know we need to grow participation in AIB, so last year we started holding AIB summits in 3 strategic areas in Logan, Ohio, in Hawthorne Woods, Illinois, and in Edmonston, Maryland. We asked these communities to invite others in their area to come to a presentation hosted by them. We had great turnout at all 3 summits. The host city would talk about their involvement in AIB and what it has done for their community. I was there to talk about how AIB's programs work and how to get involved. In a couple instances, we were able to do mini tours around the community so invited guests could see AIB results in action. The summits were successful, and as we are starting to see registrations come in from those summits. This is an idea we hope to continue developing and growing as we identify more strategic areas in which to focus our efforts. Another program that has brought a lot of communities into the AIB family is the grant program we do in partnership with CN Railway. This partnership began in 2014 when they came to AIB and asked us to administer the grant program in the United States, similar to one they have in Canada. We're really honored that of all the nonprofits across the country, they asked America in Bloom to partner with them. It's a competitive grant program. We only award around 10 or so grants each year, although this year we're able to fund 13 projects, but we get far more applications than we can fund. One of the requirements of the grant is to participate in AIB's Level 3 program. On your screen are the communities involved in this year's program that are grant recipients. There are some familiar names on the list because they've been involved before, but we have a lot of new names too, which is great. So let's talk about some things that impact you directly as advisors. In 2003, we did a pretty dramatic overhaul of the metrics. This year, we're taking the feedback you sent us about the revisions and are making some modifications so they are better presented to both you as advisors and to the communities. A 7-person committee has spent a lot of time ensuring the metrics language is clearer and provides greater opportunity to use the full range of scoring to recognize communities who are doing more initiatives. We've also taken a critical look at the floral impact and landscaped areas to remove any metrics that were too similar and duplicative. We should have that wrapped up in February. We will then do training sessions with advisors to talk about the 2024 metrics so that you are prepared to go into the communities and properly score and evaluate them. Also, the communities will be better educated about the metrics and what you will be looking for. The deadline for communities to register for this year's program is February 28th, but they often straggle in the first couple weeks of March. We will be working with advisors on your availability, the availability of the communities, and then start the giant puzzle of pairing the advisors and figuring out the travel schedule. Once the puzzle is complete, I will work with assigned advisors and the travel agent to get your travel booked. One thing we're going to try to do this year is to not send anyone on the road for 2 straight weeks. We know that is a difficult task for advisors and a burden on your families. So we will definitely be eliminating those long stints that you're on the road. The private advisor page on the AIB website will be updated in March with all the forms you'll need for the year. Don't forget that on the private page is a list of criteria resources. Advisor Karen Rendell spent a lot of time putting these resources together so that you would have at your fingertips easy to use resources and recommendations for your evaluations. In the fall, we will celebrate at the Symposium and Awards program. It's homecoming this year as we bring the conference to AIB's hometown of Columbus, Ohio. On Friday of the symposium, we'll travel as a group to Logan, Ohio, a longtime AIB participant. We're in for a treat to visit this community that really embodies what AIB is all about. A few more things to share with you. We have 3 Lunch and Learn webinars this year. 2 of them feature AIB advisors. Thanks to Cheryl Corson and Teresa Woodard for agreeing to share their expertise. Info about the webinars and organizational news is shared in AIB's monthly e-newsletter. I hope you're reading this because it's an easy way to stay caught up on what's happening in the organization. Each of you is on the email list, so if you aren't receiving it, please check your junk mail folder and whitelist the AIB email so that you receive future issues. Another way we communicate is on social media. If you're not following us on Facebook or Instagram, please do so, and please share our content. That's how we can grow our audience. And spread the word to your friends, colleagues, and others who may be great contacts for sponsorships, potential board members, participating cities, and other collaborative opportunities. Last thing to share is that the AIB Board of Directors is meeting next month for its annual meeting. This meeting includes the election of new board members and officers. AIB advisor Rod Barnes is set to become the next president, taking over for Jack Klassen, who moves to the past president role. Congratulations to Rod, and thank you to Jack for your outstanding leadership. Okay, so that's a wrap on this update. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for all you do for America in Bloom and for communities across the country.